All right. We just got about a minute here before we got this exclusive interview. Salute, walking. Dope as V, what's up? What's up? Blondie, what's up? Chinky, hey, we appreciate all the support. Well, without further ado, if Get 'em God is ready, I'd like to welcome my next guest here on Tag Your It TV. Get 'em God. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Sincere.
What's up?
Get 'em God. What's up, bro?
Not too much, Godfather, man. Just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this with you, man. It's an honor, especially to follow up King Dopus and Queen Pillow. So once again, thank you.
Hey,
thank everybody for tuning in too.
Yes, appreciate all the support, and same to you, Get 'em God. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to interview you for people to kind of get a little bit more about Get 'em God, what they may not already know. Some may already know. So to get this started, this is kind of a common question to ask everybody, but everybody seems to have a very interesting story behind it. What made you want to become a streamer?
Probably not the typical answer for this one, but it was kind of something that I just stumbled onto. Okay. I had tagged. This is my first time streaming, so let me say that first. So Tags is my first outlet that I've ever streamed on. I had tagged in the past before they had the live. It was just a dating site. But years later, I was bored. I say I'm gonna download it again, and ended up going onto the app and saying it was a totally different platform. They had the lives on there, so I got back on the app and I just started off as a gift at first, watching other people. It was entertaining, laughing, sitting back, socializing, just box chatting and things of that nature. Then I used to get in people boxes, and after a while, a couple people say, "Hey, you should start going live." It wasn't something that I was really looking into doing. I was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do that." But one day I went to Michigan, went back home over Thanksgiving. I had a hotel room and weather was bad. It was raining and one shit to do. So I logged in the tag, was drinking a little bit. I said, you know what, I'm going to go live. Ended up going live and enjoyed it. And I've been here ever since, So yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Hey, and he's coming with a vengeance. He's come in with a lot of noise, a lot of good noise. So it's kind of came in, just took Tag by storm. So of course we all know you as a top streamer here on Tagged, and a few may know that you're a recording artist as well. What is the story about your hit Artwork?
Artwork. Honestly, that was just a song that I wrote. Once again, I do a lot of things when I'm bored. I was just looking for something different. It wasn't even something that I was taking seriously. I was just sitting back writing lyrics one day to a wacky beat, and kind of just came together. But music isn't something that I've been doing all my life. I mean, I guess I've always had an ear for it. Right. I've always been a chef all my life. So, I mean, I work long hours, 16 to 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I really didn't have time to figure out other hobbies and, talents that I had, but ended up quitting one of my jobs and, bringing in income in other ways. And that left me with a lot of time on my hands. And it also gave me the opportunity to, find other hidden talents that I had. So I started doing the music just for a hobby, just for fun, built an in-house studio. Got with my cousin who's been doing music all her life, and she came down here to perform at A3C out here in Atlanta. And we wrote a song together, recorded it right here where I'm sitting, and she was nice. And ever since then, I've just been writing. I got about 35 songs ready to go. I had an album ready to be released this last month, but with this whole Corona thing and everything going on, that kind of pushed things back a little bit. But back on the artwork, that was my very first video as well. So, more to come. So if anyone would like to check it out, it is on YouTube.
Yes.
Artwork under the GETEMGOD. Same username is here with a D and an A in front of it. The GETEMGOD. So yeah, please check it out.
You also need to check out, he does have some on SoundCloud too, under the same name, The GETEMGOD. Got some great hits on there. Yeah, the video was dope. it is dope as hell. I've watched it. Like I was rocking to those songs like the whole week, playing in the car, playing when I'm at work. Just kind of get a feel of it. So I mean, it's definitely hit. So I can't wait for the album to drop.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
So what have been some of your successes as a top streamer?
Ultimately, I say that I've just made a lot of connections on here. Especially King Dopus. It's an honor to be tied in with him, the number one on the app. We got a lot of things that, you can learn from just sitting back, watching, socializing with him, things of that nature. A lot of traits that you can pick up to improve your streaming and things of that. But other than that, I'd say shit. Like you said, I came on here with a goal. So I ain't been playing around on this app too much. I won a couple contests. I won a couple theme contests. I've been in the spotlight a lot. And out of all the people on the app, I mean, the thousands of people on this app, I tend to stay in the spotlight. So, I mean, I would think that was probably one of my biggest accomplishments.
So what do you think your biggest failure is here on the app?
Biggest failure? Not keeping some of the people who I started on the app with, like some of the people that I was socializing with when I first got on the app. I told myself that I was going to stay cool with some of these people, like, because I knew I was going to come up on this app, because like I said, I had a goal, and usually when I set a goal, I'm going to get to it. And I've been hearing when people start taking off on that app, other people around you are going to start looking at you differently. You're going to break up friendships and things of that nature. And I always tell myself, like, nope, not me. I'm not gonna be that person. But it happens. Some things you can't avoid. And there's some people who I started off close with on this app that we don't socialize with anymore on this app. And that's something that I didn't want to happen, but it has happened. And that snowballs and leads into other dramas on this app, which I also said that I wanted to stay out of. But sometimes you just can't avoid it. Sometimes things come to your room. You ain't got to go to others,
Right. So, especially when you're up there and you're making a splash, you're gonna have people that are gonna, of course, hate. King has plenty of that himself, so kind of something that kind of comes with the territory. Rosa, so have you ever thought that you'd stop streaming?
Have I ever thought I'd stop streaming? No, not yet. Like I said, I'm still fairly new to streaming, so I probably haven't hit that point to where I'll say, oh, fuck this shit, I'm going to stop streaming. I mean, I know it's happening. I know a lot of people go through that. I hear it all the time in the little time that I've been on here. But no, I haven't hit it yet. I haven't had any negative situations, at least not to that toll, which would make me be like, oh, fuck streaming. You know what I mean? There are some things, there's some time where I'm like, I want to get a shit of a break. Maybe for like a couple of days or something, but I still haven't even done that yet. And that's only when I'm exhausted, because streaming can be tiresome. I mean, it really can be. It can be exhausting. I mean, you get on here, you sitting in the same spot 6, 8, if not more hours a day, trying to entertain people, trying to keep your energy up, just so you don't look like it can be exhausting. So, yeah, but I haven't reached the point to where I've ever thought I'm going to give it up. Not yet.
So do you think that, with you being in the music industry as well, do you think that kind of also helps you prepare or be a little bit more comfortable with being in front of a lot of people and streaming in front of them and then being that entertaining?
I actually think it's vice versa.
Okay.
I think it's vice versa for me, because once again, I'm fairly new to the music stuff too. So, I mean, I think that I have more experience being in front of mass groups on the streaming side as opposed to the music side. I haven't done any live performances yet in music.
Okay.
Like, I started doing music like 5-6 months ago at the most. So, So, yeah, I think it would be vice versa in this situation. But, I mean, I do have plenty of experience being in mass crowds. I've done a lot of other things aside from the music and tag. But if it was between music and tag, yes, tag would be the leader in as far as experience in front of crowds and things like that. Because once again, I haven't done any live performances in music.
So this could very well be the precursor to his live performances. People,
Could be, could be, could
can't
be.
wait to see. May see him in a city near you soon. Um, so who, or I'm sorry, what or who inspired you to be a top streamer?
Huh. You know, this answer might sound kind of generic to a lot of people, but once again, I don't know anything about streaming. Like I said, it was something that I stumbled into. So if I had to say who inspired me to become a top streamer, it would be the likes of people like King Dopest, Number One Stunner. Uh, I can even throw LS Jordan in there, just because when I got on the app, I heard a lot about LS Jordan when he smiked me out the first competition I ever ran. Like, I
Right.
was amazed. Like, this motherfucker put up 4 million in like 30 minutes. Like, who the fuck does that? So yeah, I
Right.
mean, people are the likes of that. The likes of those people on this app probably inspired me to become a top streamer, because I mean, honestly, I didn't even know what the hell a top streamer was before I came on the app. So
Gotcha. Okay. So, of course, one of the questions tonight. So, with having the gunny battle last night, what did you do to prepare for it?
uh, I lost the one prior. I lost the one prior. That's what I did to prepare for this one. It wasn't a good feeling losing that first battle.
Right.
And it wasn't the fact that I lost it, to be honest. Once again, these gunny battles will teach you a lot. Let's say that. First of all, these gunny battles will open your eyes up to a lot of stuff, or it'll trick you into believing a lot of stuff
Right.
that isn't real. Um, and I say that to say this. Like I said, I lost the first battle, and I had a lot of people that I foolishly counted on, like they owed me something to show up and be there. So a couple people didn't show up, and these are people that I was expecting to really, hit hard for me. They
Right.
didn't
So,
show up, so
sure.
obviously I lost once again. So I was kind of bitter over that, a little depressed over that aspect of it, but it wasn't, once again, from the aspect of me losing. It was from the aspect of me depending on other people, and I just kind of felt let down.
Gotcha.
Not to sound all sensitive and shit, but that's what the fuck it was. I felt let down.
Right.
So I didn't want to feel like that again. So this time I prepared by saying I'm not dependent on others too much. I'm gonna take things into my own hands. I'm gonna actually strategize this time, which I didn't do last time.
Right.
Basically live and learn. It's lessons learned from previous experiences, and that's all I did, was basically look back to my previous experience to prepare for this one, and said I'm not gonna let that happen again. So that's all it was.
For those that didn't get to see it, like myself, he did win this past time. So, congratulations, get him, God.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So, do you think if the opportunity comes up again, would you enter another gunny battle?
These gunny battles, they gonna, from the direction that this last course of battles took, I'm gonna have to sit on that for a minute. Definitely not against somebody that I got relationships with on this app. Definitely wouldn't set it up against another person that I associate with on the app on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Thought it would be going in. It seemed like it would be all the way up until the last minute, and then somewhere things went left. So yeah, nah. I love the gunny battles. They represent a lot. They have a great platform. There's a lot of publicity that can come from, a lot of spotlight. But in my personal situation, no. I'm gonna have to put the gunny battles on hold for a little bit.
Gotcha. And understandable, of course. So, growing up, who was your hero and why?
My mother. Simply because it was just her. Single mother home, me and my little sister. Father was nowhere to be found. My mother worked 2 jobs, and she made it happen. She made it happen. I look at it as if I was unfortunate because I didn't get everything I wanted. But as I look back now that I'm older, I had a lot more than the people around me had. And my mother made that happen by herself. So
Awesome.
yeah, it would definitely be my mother. She got me out of Flint, Michigan. If anything, anybody knows anything about Flint, I was pissed off at her when we left Flint. I was pissed off at her when we moved from Detroit. But looking back, they were all great moves, because if we would have stayed in those locations, ain't no telling where I'd be right now. I was on some shit when I was younger. I was on some shit when I was younger. And in those locations, once again, if you know anything about Detroit, you know anything about Flint, you ain't about to be playing around in them streets too long. So yeah, definitely my mother, because she saved my life. I mean, point blank period. That's my hero. And she's
Yeah.
not here anymore. She passed a few years ago, but hey, she got me out of there before, before that happened. So yeah, definitely my mother. Definitely.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, it's definitely good to have a parent that really you can tell that cares, and you can obviously tell that she really a lot of the things that she had instilled in you growing up, that it's made you want more and made you continue to try to drive for success and do well. And so, what was your motivation behind? For some that don't know, Get 'em God is also actually a chef. Um, what's the story behind that? What was your inspiration for that?
I've been cooking all my life, actually. I grew up in kitchens. I remember my very first experience in the kitchen. It was over family dinner in Midland, Michigan, country Michigan, where my grandmother stayed at. We was at her house, and she just had me in the kitchen with her helping out. I don't even remember what we ate that day, but I remember the dish I helped cook, and it was asparagus. It's fresh asparagus. And ever since that day, I just loved being in the kitchen. So grew up cooking shit. I would have my mother sit down and I'd cook dinner
Oh
for
wow.
the family at the age of 10, 11, 12 years old. And she would ask me to cook dinner. So it must have been good, because she would ask me to do it after that. So, and my mother could cook.
Okay.
But then I joined the military as an engineer, combat engineer. Used to pick up extra money working in a DFAC. If anybody knows what that is, DFAC is abbreviation for dining facilities.
Right.
Used to feed the soldiers there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Got out the army, moved to DC to be closer to my mother, and worked as a sous or as a actual fry cook at a restaurant in downtown DC in Chinatown called Clyde's. And did that for about a month. And I guess the chef had his eyes on me. Chef Kenny, he's a big chef in Washington, DC. Big chef. But he asked me to be his sous chef. All of a sudden, I mean, that's a big promotion from a fry cook to a sous chef, if anybody knows anything about that. So did that for about 3 months. Got an offer from another job across the street, Legal Seafoods. They wanted me to come over there and be a sous chef. They offered me salary, first salary job ever as a young man in America. So took it, did that for a few years, jumped around a couple more spots. One day got the call to come interview at the World Bank in Washington, D.C. From the chef that actually hired me at Legal Seafoods. And she said she had somebody, a diplomat at the World Bank, who was looking for someone to work as a sous chef there. So I went and had that interview, ended up getting the spot, and worked at the World Bank for about a year and a half. And with the same company, got transferred to a U.S. House of Representatives and ended up being the executive chef at the U.S. Capitol and the U.S. House of Representatives. I held both accounts. And then after about a year and a half of that, I went to the White House under Obama and was his executive sous chef under the only female executive chef ever in the White House. So I did that for about a year and a half, and my mother ended up passing. And then there was really nothing holding me in Washington, D.C. anymore. So I left D.C., moved to Atlanta, which that's where I reside today, because that's where my son was. I had a son in the military, by the way. So got separated. His mother was also in the military. She got stationed down here. I got out and went to go be with my mother because she was sick. But yeah, moved to Atlanta to be with my son, and ended up opening up a couple restaurants down here as a restaurant consultant and executive chef. And I just do personal chef and catering and things of that nature. I help restaurants when they're opening up with recipe planning, menu creation and training the staff, basically just things of that nature. So that's my background and my little chef history for the most part.
Wow, that's an extensive history. First of all, I just want to back a little bit. Appreciate your service.
Thank you.
I appreciate your service. And to wow, that's a little bit of it's a lot of stuff. So I'm just kind of, I didn't as everybody else here can probably attest, we learned an awful lot about GETEMGOD, and it's definitely opened up my eyes how much a little bit behind of what's really about, probably why he gets his inspiration, what he does, and why he came in here with a big splash. Then to be so organized with it as well, and be here a short period of time, and then make that big of a splash. So
don't do anything without a plan. Nothing at all.
Wow. So what's the story behind GETEMGOD? You have it on SoundCloud, it's on YouTube. You got here, and it's the same thing without the dub, but what's the story behind GETEMGOD?
I get it. It's simple. Like I said, I set goals and I attain them. I'm gonna get to it. Like, ain't no wasting time. If you in my way, I'm gonna get you. I mean, I'm the GETEMGOD. I mean, what's more powerful than God?
Right.
Nothing, So I'm the GETEMGOD. It's pretty much that simple. It's in the name. It's no secret meaning. It is what it is. I'm the guy to get them.
Right. Right. That's what's up. So yeah, it was the GETEMGOD. Because I can actually remember first time kind of seeing him around. I don't know if you were a top streamer yet or not. I think I'd probably take a little bit of sabbatical. I wasn't really on it, and I had come back.
Yeah.
And I think I was in a King's Live, or I'm pretty sure it was King's Live, and I keep seeing GETEMGOD. And I kept seeing you on the trending board. And I was like, man, who in the world is this? And as anybody knows my background, I'm very leery about going to any top streamers live if I don't know them. And it probably took a while before I kind of, just because I've had bad experience with top streamers myself.
You and a lot of people. You and a lot
in the past. So I'm real like, let me just stick my toe in there and check it out, see how it goes. And if it don't go well, I'll just, dip on out. So yeah, that's definitely learned a lot of history behind about GETEMGOD. Did anybody in the comments have any additional questions for GETEMGOD? How long have you been on the app?
I downloaded the app on Thanksgiving of 2019 and started streaming in January. I got on as a gifter first, so yeah, I was gifting for about a month and a half before I started streaming.
Wow. So for y'all that,
once again, it was all part of the plan. I sat back, watched people, seeing how they were moving on the app. Was looking for the people that it was worth, giving my diamonds to, and I was actually taking notes, just taking notes. Like I said, I didn't know anything about streaming, so it was all new to me. So I watched and tried to mimic a lot of people and take the positive notes from as many good streamers as I could, and before I made my little debut.
Right. So Tag Love and Hip Hop says, is this the only app that you're on?
I downloaded Meet Me. Of course, after I left from Playlist and met a lot of people from Meet Me, I downloaded the app, went live over there a few times, but nothing serious. Nothing serious.
Nothing serious? Okay. So Mr. Nutter says, where do you hope to end up on the app?
Where dope is at. When you get down off that throne, I'm gonna sit down. Yeah, when you get up, I'm gonna sit down. Plain and simple.
Damian Johnson says, what's your advice to a new streamer?
Be consistent. be consistent, set goals, and work towards them. Pretty simple. Stay out of the drama if you can.
Right.
Stay out of the drama if you can.
And so Tag Love and Hip Hop says, what are some other hobbies that you have besides rap?
Like I said, I'm a chef. I love to cook. So that would be one of them, definitely. Playing with my dog. I'm very simple. I don't really do too much. If I do, I hang out with the people at the tattoo shop at Black Ink. They go to the clubs with them. But other than that, I'm in the house. You can catch me right here.
Right here.
Right
Okay.
here.
So Rosa says, what's next for you on Tagged?
I don't know. We shall see.
And the saga continues.
Pretty much.
Queen says, what's your specialty meal?
For myself or for others? If it was for myself, I'm simple. I like steak and eggs. Very simple. Very simple. For others, I don't know. I'd have to know who the person is. Like I said, I'm an international chef, so I can cook anything. But whatever that person likes, that's my specialty. Whatever it is.
Damian Johnson, he says, is it good to join a crew? I'm not sure what he means by that. Maybe he's talking about family.
Yes and no. It depends on the from at least my experiences on here. It depends on who the family is.
Right.
A lot of families are not really families. They're all about who's ever sitting at the top. They're just a name that people are carrying. I mean, it really holds no weight. They really have no foundations. But in other instances, yes, when you're looking at families like One Love, I mean, of course, Get 'Em Gang. I mean, they stick together. I mean, they move around the apps together. They look out for one another. They stay out of the drama at least as much as possible.
Right.
So, you just got to be cautious. You got to be cautious. You got to do your research. Don't just get on the app and say, oh, I want to be part of something.
Right.
Jump into it because someone offered it to you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right. And I would definitely say out of my experience, and I'm sure Get 'Em God could probably agree. And like he said, research, check them out. Don't be so quick that just because they're at that time they're the big flash in the pan, are they consistent? Is their leader a leader? Is it a family? This is people's outlets to, especially during this time that we have in our life right now with the current situation. People are looking for people to support them, whether it be streaming, whether it be, in real life, whether it be whatever. So yeah, I would definitely suggest, in my opinion, do your research, watch them. I could name a few, obviously One Love, obviously the Get 'Em Gang. Go check them out, go into their streams, and look for consistency. One of the things that I looked for when I was out there and seeing King Dopus on the top was somebody tell me, hey, we need to go check him out. And I was like, well, but a lot of people already know the story. But I made sure it was consistent across, just like with Get 'Em God. If you go to him or go to any of his other family or any of his supporters that stream, there's going to be that consistency across the board. If there's not the consistency, then, it's probably just like in real life. If you want to be a part of a group in, outside of social media, then you're not going to just jump into it. You're going to do your research. You're not just going to jump into a job. You're not just going to jump into this. So, yeah. And again, that's from my personal experience. And, I've been on here for a little while. So,
when you do just jump in, it doesn't usually turn out right. So,
it can turn out pretty disastrous. It can turn out pretty disastrous. Right. One Love is a family outside of Tag. So, awesome. Is there any other additional questions? Before, I did want to end it on one side. So let me ask you this real quick. What is, play some Barry White too? So, of all your songs, Get 'Em God, what is your favorite song of all the ones that you've currently done?
Mm. Personally, Flintstone, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, personally, Flintstone, baby, because it has a lot of meaning.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, that's all I really wanted to hear. If for anybody that hasn't heard it, if y'all will just take a few moments, sit back. It's
Oh,
about
shit.
2 minutes. Let's go and listen to what his favorite one and why.
No problem. I got you now, bitch. Yeah. Check. I'm a Flintstone, baby, that's the show. Niggas bag them bedrocks trying to stack that dough. I'm a Flintstone, baby, niggas already know. Gotta keep a yabba dabba strap with the Dino. Bitch, I'm from Flintstown, Flintstown. Nutty north to the dirty south. You niggas know how we do. Bitch, I'm from Flintstown, Flintstown. You motherfuckers, I'm from Flintstown. Hey, yo, Flint is for you. Give me a call and I deliver a ball. No matter the weather, winter, summer, spring, or that fall. Living gravity on my ass because I'm breaking the law. So why you ringing up the feds? Gonna get Newton the call. The emissions that you spitting cause pollution. The songs they sent me here to clean it up. I'm going green on these bars. Yeah, you talk a lot of slang, but you ain't really that hard. Catch you when you stepping out and sit you back in your car. Have you choking on your teeth? Shout out to that crowbar. Leave you smoking in the street. Somebody ring the alarm. Jack D, Grandma Yeah, and do say with a twist. Take a couple shots of each. We getting loose in this bitch. Bartender busted open, yeah, she twerking them hips. Shorty battered in the dance, taking up all the tips. Keep my shades on up so I can peep out the scene. Getting kicks out of these haters that be mugging on me. Sometimes it's so surreal, feel like I'm stuck in a dream. But then I quickly snap out at the sound of that bang. Feds knocking at the door, boys popping at the stove. Bodies hitting on the floor, beat banging on your hoe. I'm a Flintstone, baby, that's the show. Niggas bag them bedrocks trying to stack that dope. I'm a Flintstone, baby, niggas already know. Gotta keep a yabba dabba strap with the Dino. Bitch, I'm from Flintstown, Flintstown. Nutty north to the dirty south. You niggas know how we do. Bitch, I'm from Flintstown, Flintstown. You motherfuckers, I'm from Flintstown. Hey, yo, Flint is for you. Their bodies be staying loaded, but you don't smell them. They frozen, ain't no ice princess. These bitches will leave you missing, nigga. Who gonna find you? Shit, probably some old man fishing, nigga. Say what you cooking, shit, nothing, no gas in kitchens, nigga. Plumbing, they working, niggas, depending on Aquafina. I think back on it, my nigga. I swim in that fucking river, swallowed that water, my nigga. Probably be why I'm so killer. Rest out these streets outside, that's right. The valley, nigga. Police be fleeing so little. I promise you might not see them. I send my G's, my nigga. See, I just post up in DM on Pasadena. Them fuckers, you know that I go to feed them. No sagging, all got them leaning. They sucking dick cause they mean Flintstone, baby. That's the show. Niggas bag them bedrocks trying to stack that dough. I'm a Flintstone, baby. Niggas already know. Gotta keep a yabba dabba strap with the Dino. Bitch, I'm from Flintstown, Flintstown. Nutty north to the dirty south. You niggas know how we do. Bitch, I'm from Flintstown, Flintstown. You motherfuckers, I'm from Flintstown. Hey, yo, Flint is for you. This is for my Flintstone niggas. Second family, what up? My Flintstone niggas. 810, what up? Flintstone niggas. Regency, y'all nuts. More Flintstone niggas. Valley Hood, stand up. This is for my Flintstone niggas. MLK, where y'all at? Flintstone niggas. North Sag on the map. Flintstone niggas. Bedrock in this bitch. Dumb Flintstone niggas. That's my city, you dig? Okay, okay. Thank you, Godfather. Appreciate that. Appreciate
Once
that.
again, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for being one of my special guests. Y'all
You're
definitely
welcome,
make sure
man.
that you need to check
Thank
out.
you for the opportunity. Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate it, bro. Definitely. Y'all definitely have to make sure that you check him out on SoundCloud and YouTube. They'll get him, God. Subscribe to his YouTube, subscribe or follow him on. And he said he's got more to come. So I'm ready. I'm waiting. I can't wait.
All right. Well, I guess I gotta get it out there then. Shit. All right. Well, it's
We're
coming.
all waiting. Get him, God. Come on, let's get the lead out. Let's get the planning going.
It's coming. It's coming. Once again, thank you, Godfather, man. I appreciate the opportunity. Like I said, I think that this whole concept is gonna blow up and it's gonna be something nice, man. This whole interview thing is gonna have a banner on tag real soon. So make sure y'all watch out for this, man. It's gonna be good. Make sure y'all keep tuning in. I can't wait to see who he has in line for us next. Like, you too dope, this babe.
Salute to you, bro.
Thank you, Nisi. Salute, salute, salute. Y'all take it easy, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Get them out.